1st Armored Division, and this is where the heavy metal starts rolling. The 1st Armored Division, nicknamed Old Ironsides, is based at Fort Bliss, and it exists for one brutal reason: large-scale conventional war. This is the Army's premier heavy armored formation, built around M1 Abrams tanks and M2 Bradley fighting vehicles. Its legend was forged in the desert battles of World War II, where steel and sand defined survival. Today, it trains to fight near-peer adversaries, the kind of conflicts nobody wants but everyone prepares for. When America needs a modern armored spearhead, this division moves first. 1st Cavalry Division. But just when you think one armored giant is enough, here comes another. The 1st Cavalry Division, known as the 1st Team, is headquartered at Fort Cavazos. Despite the historic cavalry name, this is a modern, heavily armored powerhouse. Think combined arms at full throttle, tanks grinding forward, mechanized infantry locking in, and artillery backing them up. It's built for high-intensity warfare, the kind where speed and coordination decide everything. Massive combat power, tightly organized, always ready. If two heavy divisions stand side by side in Texas, you know the Army means business. 1st Infantry Division. The 1st Infantry Division, known as the Big Red One, is based at Fort Riley and is the Army's oldest continuously serving active duty division. It has fought in every major U.S. conflict since World War I. On D-Day, its soldiers stormed Omaha Beach under intense fire. Today, it remains a powerful mechanized ground force, carrying a century of battlefield legacy. 2nd Infantry Division. The 2nd Infantry Division doesn't just train for war, it lives on the edge of it. Stationed at Camp Humphreys on the Korean Peninsula, it's the Army's only combined U.S. Republic of Korea division, with American and South Korean troops serving under one command. Their mission is simple but serious: deter North Korean aggression and be ready to fight tonight. There's no ocean buffer here. This unit stands watch in real time, every day, demanding constant focus and zero margin for error. 3rd Infantry Division. The 3rd Infantry Division, based at Fort Stewart, carries the proud nickname Rock of the Marne, earned during World War I after a fierce stand in France. Decades later, it made headlines again during the 2003 Iraq invasion with the famous Thunder Run into Baghdad. Today, it remains one of the Army's premier mechanized infantry forces on the East Coast, heavy, battle-tested, and ready to move fast when missions demand decisive action. 4th Infantry Division. The 4th Infantry Division, known as the Ivy Division, is based at Fort Carson and represents the Army's push toward modernization. This mechanized infantry force focuses on immediate readiness and constant evolution. Its brigades are often first to test new vehicles, advanced communication systems, and next-generation combat technology. When the Army rolls out cutting-edge equipment, the 4th Infantry Division is usually the unit putting it through real-world trials first. 7th Infantry Division. Headquartered at Joint Base Lewis McChord, the 7th Infantry Division operates differently from traditional combat divisions. It functions mainly as a deployable headquarters, overseeing readiness for major subordinate units like Stryker brigades and aviation forces. It also supports U.S. Army Pacific exercises, ensuring coordination and operational preparedness. 10th Mountain Division. Based at Fort Drum, the 10th Mountain Division is built for rugged, unforgiving terrain. First forged during World War II in Italy's mountains, it specializes in light infantry operations in harsh climates. Highly mobile and frequently deployed, the division excels in mountains, cold environments, and difficult battlefields. 11th Airborne Division. Reactivated in 2022 and based in Alaska, the 11th Airborne Division focuses on Arctic warfare. Known as the Arctic Angels, its soldiers train to operate in extreme cold and mountainous terrain. The unit provides the U.S. Army with a dedicated force capable of defending and operating in the increasingly strategic Arctic region. 25th Infantry Division. The 25th Infantry Division, called Tropic Lightning, is based at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. It specializes in light infantry operations across the Pacific, including jungle and island warfare. As part of U.S. Army Pacific, it serves as a forward-positioned rapid response force in the Indo-Pacific region. 82nd Airborne Division. Based at Fort Liberty, the 82nd Airborne Division is America's primary forced entry airborne unit. Its soldiers specialize in parachute assaults, seizing airfields and key terrain before heavier forces arrive. As the core of the Global Response Force, the division can deploy anywhere in the world within 18 hours. 101st Airborne Division. The 101st Airborne Division, headquartered at Fort Campbell, is the Army's only air assault division. Instead of parachute jumps, it specializes in large-scale helicopter assaults. This mobility allows troops to move quickly across battlefields and strike deep behind enemy lines with speed and coordination. 28th Infantry Division. Now we shift to a legacy that runs even deeper than active duty. The 28th Infantry Division, headquartered in Pennsylvania, is one of the Army's oldest National Guard divisions, established in 1879. Some of its units trace their lineage back to 1747. Known as the Keystone Division, it earned the World War II nickname Bloody Bucket from German forces because of its red keystone patch. It stands as one of the longest-serving Guard divisions, carrying generations of history into modern service. 29th Infantry Division. And then comes one of the most recognizable patches in Army history. The 29th Infantry Division, headquartered in Virginia, wears the blue and gray symbol, representing its formation from units on both sides of the Civil War. On D-Day at Omaha Beach, the 116th Infantry Regiment landed in the first wave, facing devastating fire and suffering heavy casualties. That moment defined its legacy, courage under chaos, the kind of sacrifice that forever ties a division's name to history. 34th Infantry Division. The 34th Infantry Division, headquartered in Minnesota, was the first U.S. Army division deployed to Europe in World War II. Known as the Red Bulls, it fought across North Africa and Italy, logging 517 days in combat, one of the longest totals in the European theater. Today, it continues serving through major command roles in modern operations. 35th Infantry Division. The 35th Infantry Division, headquartered in Kansas, traces its roots to World War I and also fought in World War II, including during the Battle of the Bulge. In 2003, it deployed to Bosnia to command Stabilization Force 13. Today, the division primarily functions as a command and control headquarters, coordinating large military operations. 36th Infantry Division. The 36th Infantry Division of the Texas Army National Guard traces its heritage back to the Texas Revolution. During World War II, it fought in the Italian campaign, including the costly Rapido River Battle. Known as the Arrowhead or T-Patch Division, it supports overseas missions and domestic emergency responses when needed. 38th Infantry Division. And then there's a division shaped by Pacific warfare. The 38th Infantry Division, headquartered in Indiana, earned the nickname Avengers of Bataan for its role in the Philippines campaign during World War II. Officially called the Cyclone, it now functions as a deployable tactical-level warfighting headquarters within the National Guard. Whether serving the state or deploying federally, it provides command and control across the spectrum of operations. 40th Infantry Division. Now we head back to the Pacific edge of America. The 40th Infantry Division, headquartered in California, carries a strong Pacific focus. The Sunburst Division has served in World War I, World War II, Korea, and the global war on terror. Today, it plays a key role in Indo-Pacific exercises, aligning its training with the region's unique challenges. West Coast-based, strategically positioned, and globally experienced. 42nd Infantry Division.
Soldiers from the 42nd Infantry Division conducted crew-served weapons training and qualification at Fort Hood, Texas. Soldiers engaged targets from 400 to 1,000 meters and were able to qualify on the
And finally, a division built to represent the whole country. The 42nd Infantry Division, headquartered in New York, was formed in World War I from National Guard units across 26 states and Washington, D.C. Its first Chief of Staff, Douglas MacArthur, said it would stretch across America like a rainbow, and the name stuck. It served in both World Wars and after 9/11 was among the first Guard divisions activated to secure key sites in New York City. From armored giants to Arctic specialists, from Pacific jungles to rapid response airborne forces, these divisions show the scale and diversity of the U.S. Army. So which one deserves its own full deep dive next? Drop it below, hit like, and subscribe. There's a lot more coming.